Hello everybody, it's me Jones RJ here. A little over a year ago, I made a video on the return of commercial air service to my home state of Delaware, when Frontier Airlines announced in 2020 that they'll be bringing air service back to Wilmington Airport in Delaware. Well, fast forward to May 2022, and Frontier has decided to end service to Wilmington Airport, once again leaving Delaware as the only state in the US without commercial air service. It turns out though that Delaware won't be holding on to that title for long, as Wilmington will soon be seeing commercial air service again after an announcement from Avelo Airlines back in October, announcing plans to not only bring back air service to Delaware but also make Wilmington Airport one of their bases. In this video, we'll be taking a look at this announcement as well as the state of the Wilmington Airport to see if Avelo's plan in Delaware can succeed.
Before we begin, I make a lot of content including gaming, architecture, urban planning, and more, so make sure to subscribe with the notification bell on so you don't miss out on the latest on these topics.
In my last video, when I talked about Wilmington Airport, I went more in depth on the history of the airport and commercial service here, so be sure to check out that video if you want more info on that. In this video, I'll just briefly talk about the latest attempt of commercial air service at Wilmington Airport, and that was with Frontier Airlines. Frontier Airlines originally provided service at Wilmington Airport from 2013 to 2015 to Chicago, Denver, Houston, Orlando, and Tampa. They marketed ILG as a low-cost, low-hassle option to serve the Wilmington-Philadelphia metropolitan area. Unfortunately, the service ended up not performing as well as Frontier had hoped, so they ended service in 2015, stating that it wasn't profitable and that they would look at ILG again if market conditions changed. Well, it seems like they did at the beginning of 2020, since Frontier Airlines announced that they would be bringing service back to Wilmington, Delaware. This time, they would start smaller with service only to Orlando, and depending on how that succeeded, they would consider adding more routes. The COVID pandemic would later end up happening, which would cause Frontier to delay the return, but they eventually did in February of 2021. Frontier would fly 3 times a week between Wilmington and Orlando. Unfortunately, this also proved to be unsuccessful because Frontier later dropped the frequency down to 2 times a week and then completely ended service at ILG again in June of 2022. So why did Frontier fail again at Wilmington? Well, I think aside from the typical reason most people give, which is ILG's proximity to Philadelphia and Baltimore, I also don't think Frontier invested enough into Wilmington. I think that with their second run, they offered way too little service. Now, I understand that they wanted to start smaller and take things slowly this time because they wanted to make sure things succeeded, but at the same time, I also think they started out way too small and took things too slowly. I think starting out with just Orlando as a destination at first made sense since that's one of the most popular destinations for the Wilmington-Philadelphia area, but I think Frontier should have offered daily service at a minimum instead of just 3 times a week, because that way people would have more flexibility for when they could leave and arrive. The good news though is that after Frontier departed Wilmington for a second time, we didn't have to wait nearly as long for another attempt at airline service in the state of Delaware. In early October, rumors circulated that Avelo Airlines was planning to start service out of Wilmington Airport. This ended up being confirmed on October 20th when the DRBA and executives at Avelo Airlines had an event at Wilmington Airport to announce new service at ILG. Avelo Airlines is a startup low-cost carrier based in Texas. They opened their first base at Hollywood Burbank Airport in the Los Angeles area on November 3rd, 2021, where they had their inaugural flight to Santa Rosa. Since then, they've expanded to more cities on both the west and east coasts of the US, and have also opened bases at New Haven and Orlando. Given that Avelo Airlines' business model operates by servicing smaller airports in big metropolitan areas, Wilmington Airport was an attractive option for them. Since the launch of Avelo Airlines in 2021, there have been reported talks between Avelo executives and the Wilmington Airport staff to launch service out of Wilmington, and that later was confirmed. Avelo Airlines has announced that Wilmington Airport will be their next base. This means that they will store and maintain one of the Boeing 737 next generation aircraft at Wilmington Airport, which will create 35 jobs in the area. It also means that they plan to make Wilmington a hub airport for them if the service ends up being successful. As far as the new flights go, Avelo Airlines will start out flying non-stop from Wilmington Airport to Orlando, Tampa, Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, and Fort Lauderdale on the following frequencies. While none of them are daily, they are spread out enough that there is at least one flight landing and taking off every day of the week except for Tuesday. The first Avelo flight out of ILG will take off on February 1st, 2023. The good news is that because Avelo Airlines is making Wilmington one of their bases, they do plan to expand upon the service if it's successful. The executives stated that their goal is to first make Florida work before adding more destinations. So if the service ends up proving successful, definitely expect a future announcement on more service. If it doesn't end up proving successful, well, let's just say it'll be the end of another airline at Wilmington Airport, so hopefully they are successful. Overall though, I think that Avelo will have a better chance than Frontier did at being successful at Wilmington because Avelo so far has shown a greater commitment to Wilmington by making it a base and offering more flights, but only time will tell to see how successful they are. In conclusion, Delaware is getting another chance at having commercial air service. Avelo Airlines has announced that Wilmington Airport will be their next base and will be launching flights from ILG to 5 Florida cities in February of 2023. Avelo Airlines believes that their strategy will be successful because of their commitment to Wilmington. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on this announcement down in the comments below. Do you think that Avelo Airlines will be successful in Wilmington? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.